Hi everybody, this is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to use a gallon jug for your hydroponic plants. Well, the first thing you want to do, of course, is wash your jug out really well. You want it to be clean. And then you need to create a hole up here large enough for your net pot. This is a 2-inch net pot. You can use different sizes, but I think this is ideal size for that. And you'll take a sharp box knife or a sharp knife of whatever sort you want, and you want to cut around the raised end part of the milk jug, just below where it starts to rise up. Just cut a circle around there, and to be sure you're doing it right, you can place that net pot upside down on that lip of the jug and just draw a line around it with a pan, and then you want to make sure you cut on the inside of that line so that when you rest the net pot down in there, it's going to hold. And I'll show you. I've got one right here that I've cut, and you see it's not perfect. It's not going to be, but when I put the net pot in there, it rests right in there perfectly. Now the next thing you want to do is mix up your nutrient solution, whichever solution you use. I don't promote any particular brand, but you want to mix it up according to the needs for the plant that you have. And then obviously you want to make sure that your plant is started and ready to be planted into this sort of a scenario. And I've got one right here, and you see it has some roots on there, if you can see. Yeah, there you go. You can see some roots. This is an itty bitty basil plant. It's very tiny, but it does have roots. And because it's got some roots there, we know that it's ready to be planted. So you want to add your nutrient solution to your jug, and you want to put a net pot in there that does not hold the plant initially, and you want to fill it up so that your nutrient solution comes to about here on the net pot, if you can see it. Not all the way full for sure. There is a line here with the plastic band around it. You don't want to go beyond that plastic band, okay? So usually about halfway up to it, but that would be the maximum that you'd want to fill it out. And you can tell by putting an empty net pot in there and seeing where that water line is. Now, before I get the plant in there, we do need to protect the light from this. We need to do something to keep the light out of it. And you could paint the jug, you could wrap it up with newspaper, you could do whatever you choose. I find that putting aluminum foil around it does seem to work pretty well. And I've pre-cut a piece of foil here so that when I set the jug on it, it pretty much covers it all the way around. Now I'm going to show you how I wrap this, and hopefully you'll be able to see this on the screen. Why am I bothering to do this? We do not want light to be able to enter this jug if we can possibly help it, because that would invite algae to grow. So I wanted to cover it up as much as I possibly could. I did leave an indentation here for the handle so that I can use that to help me move the jug along the way. And you can see the net pot will rest right on top of there. Now, how do I know when water needs to be added? I could undo the duct tape or painter's tape, whatever tape I use, masking tape even, and look in there. You can also just kind of take it and move it around a little bit and tell if it's low on liquid. And then what you would do is just gently, carefully lift your plant up and put some water in there. And you can use a funnel as well, or you could even pour it over the top. But depending upon the plant, that might be really challenging to do. If you're growing a head of lettuce in here, that lettuce ought to be ready to harvest before your solution runs out. So you should never have to mess with the solution, really, if you are growing a head of lettuce. Other plants that last longer than that might need to have some water or some solution mix added to it. So now we're just ready to go. And so now I've got my net pot with my plant ready to go, and all I have to do is add it there and now put it in my well-lit location. In this case, it's going to go under some grow lights, and I'll show you where it's going to go. It is on the shelf there on my grow rack. I did turn the lights off so that you could see this, and zoom in on it. And there it is. You see I put some clay pebbles on there, and that just helps to cut down on any potential algae that might form on that rock wool cube in the meantime. Now this basil will get very large, and I will have to move it out from under this scenario where it has a lot more space to grow. But in the meantime, this is a perfect place for it until it gets a good hold on growing. Well, I do hope this helps you out. Let me know if you have any questions below. This is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Bye for now.